everybody, and welcome back. I am your host, Captain Boring. This is your 10-minute sports report. It is National Championship Day, January 8th, 2024. So we will start kind of right off the bat there. In the National Championship tonight, if you are watching it, Monday, January 8th, Michigan will take on number 2 Washington. Number 1 Michigan Wolverines at 14-0 take on number 2 Washington, also at 14-0. It's been a while since 2 undefeated teams have played for the national championship, and we get one tonight. It should be a great game. Washington has played in like 10 straight one-score games. Michigan has played in a bunch of one-score games, especially late in the season. So this is going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to have a good time. I'm kind of just happy to be there. I hope neither team really gets blown out, but I really hope that Michigan definitely does not get blown out. Speaking of national championships in the FCS, so the division right below the FBS, which houses what the 4th and 1 podcast normally covers and I normally cover, and the Michigan's a part of. South Dakota State Jackrabbits beat Montana to repeat as FCS champions. They won 23-3 yesterday, Sunday. The Jackrabbits finished 15-0 and extended their overall winning streak to 29 games, which included win over North Dakota State in last year's FCS title game. North Dakota State, at one point they won 7 national championships in a row, 7 FCS national championships in a row. So South Dakota State, little brother, if you were, is kind of just picking right up where they left off, and they are keeping that dominant feel to the Dakotas. So congratulations to you, Jackrabbits. You definitely deserve it on a 15-0 season. Alrighty, the NFL schedule, regular season schedule wrapped up yesterday, and it was a doozy. Saturday, Pittsburgh, Baltimore sat all their starters because they had already locked up the number 1 seed. The Pittsburgh Steelers went into Baltimore and got a gutsy 17-10 win. Mason Rudolph had 152 passing yards. Najee Harris becomes the first player in NFL history in his first 3 seasons to have 3 1,000-yard seasons. He finished the game on Saturday with 112 receiving yards. And that's important in just a minute. In the battle of the AFC South, because Pittsburgh won the AFC South, the winner got in, the loser was eliminated. And in a great game between the Houston Texans and the Indianapolis Colts, the Houston Texans came out on top 23-19. CJ Stroud was phenomenal, 264 passing yards and 2 touchdowns. Jonathan Taylor had a touchdown and 188 yards rushing in a loss. Houston tonight will host the national championship game. So CJ Stroud gotten into the playoffs, but yet he has to watch Michigan on his home turf. On Sunday, let's see here. Jacksonville needed a win to get in for the AFC South. If they won the AFC South, or if they beat the Tennessee Titans, they were in. They won the division and they were in, and Houston would have been the wild card. If they lost, they were eliminated from the playoffs, and that's exactly what happened. They lose 28-20. I did post a story about that on the 4th and 1 podcast Instagram page. Go follow us, 4th and 1 podcast. Make sure you add that podcast, 4th and 1, all spelled out. Trevor Lawrence, not the dude yesterday. Derrick Henry in his probable last game there in Nashville had 153 rushing yards and a touchdown on the day. Tampa Bay Buccaneers won the NFC South with a 9-0 win over the Carolina Panthers. So Tampa Bay will host Philadelphia, who just got the brakes blown off. It was 24-0 at halftime with the starters playing for Philadelphia in the first half. It was just really, really sad to watch. Philadelphia going into a spiral, and they need a playoff win or their fans might burn the entire city down. Let's see what how Dallas beat Washington. So Dallas 38-10. Dallas gets the number 2 seed behind San Francisco. They will play Green Bay, who got a win and in game situation against the Chicago Bears 17-9. Green Bay Packers wins behind first-year starter Jordan Love, who sat behind Aaron Rodgers for all those seasons. So they will take on Dallas. And then in the battle for the AFC East, Buffalo and Miami, winner gets the 2 seed, loser gets the 6 seed and has to go to Kansas City. Miami will be going to Kansas City after a 21-14 loss. Josh Allen had over 400 all-purpose yards, 359 yards through the air, and 67 yards on the ground. So the playoffs are set, and I will tell you what they look like right now. So here are your playoff matchups. I clicked the wrong button, so please bear with me. Here are your playoff matchups next week for the wild card round. On Saturday, the Cleveland Browns will travel to Houston to take on CJ Stroud, Nico Collins, Will Anderson, and that young, talented Houston team, but Joe Flacco playing out of his mind. That's 4:30 NBC. And then at 8 p.m. on Peacock, Tua Tagovailoa and Tyreek Hill, who used to play for Kansas City, Tyreek Hill did, will go back to Kansas City to take on Travis Kelce, Patrick Mahomes, and Andy Reid at 8 p.m. on Peacock. Sunday, 1 p.m. CBS. Pittsburgh will travel to Buffalo to take on Josh Allen. TJ Watt, I should mention, in that game, and a freak sort of accident, has an MCL sprain, so he is probably out of that game. That's big because they'll need all the pass rushing help they can get to Josh Allen. Green Bay will travel to Dallas, 4:30 p.m. on Fox. The Los Angeles Rams, Matthew Stafford played 10 years for the Detroit Lions, never got them to the playoffs. The Detroit Lions trade him 2 years later. They're in the playoffs. Guess who they host? That's right, the Los Angeles Rams and Matthew Stafford, who already won a Super Bowl in Los Angeles, and all the Detroit fans were so happy that he won in Los Angeles. But now they take on a scorching hot Los Angeles Rams team at home, 8 p.m. NBC. And then Monday, the Philadelphia Eagles, they've lost 6 straight games. They finish 11-7 on the year. And they take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who every week down the stretch for like the last 6 weeks, it was must win. And they won pretty much all the games they needed to win. So they host the Philadelphia Eagles. Baker Mayfield takes on Jalen Hurts. Alrighty, the NBA schedule, if I can pick this up from Friday. On Friday, the New York Knickerbockers went to Philadelphia and got a 128-92 win. Washington went to Cleveland and lost 114-90. And then the Orlando Magic went to Denver and got a narrow dub, 122-120. On Saturday, the Utah Jazz went to Philadelphia. Philadelphia, 2-game losing streak, got beat 122-109. Sunday, San Antonio went to Cleveland and lost narrowly 117-115. Denver hosted Detroit and blew them out 131-114. The standings in the NBA. Boston Celtics leads the Milwaukee Bucks first place by 3.5 games. The Philadelphia 76ers sit in third right now, 5 games back. So the Celtics are starting to separate a little bit. The Cleveland Cavaliers are on a 3-game winning streak, jump all the way up to the 5th seed. They are 7.5 games back. They are tied with the Magic and the Knicks at 7.5 games back there for 4, 5, and 6. Indiana Pacers and Miami Heat both are 8 games back, so only a half game behind those other teams for the 7 and 8 seed. Out west, the Denver Nuggets are 8-2 and now only a half game back of the Minnesota Timberwolves. The Oklahoma City Thunder are 1.5 game back, and then the Los Angeles Lakers are 8 games back in the 10th spot as it stands. Flipping over to the NHL. If we start on Friday, the Winnipeg Jets went to Anaheim and won 3-1. On Saturday, the Florida Panthers went to Colorado and dismantled them in every way possible, 8-4. Also, the New York Long Island, that's not right. The New York Islanders, there was Island somewhere in there, went to Vegas and dismantled them 5-2. Vegas has fallen off a little bit. So that's something to keep our eye on. And then Sunday, Detroit went to Anaheim and won 3-2. So standings wise, page is loading. Colorado Avalanche now sit 3 points behind the Winnipeg Jets because the Jets are 8-2-0 and on a 6-game winning streak. The Colorado Avalanche aren't that bad in their last 10. They're 7-2-1. They've lost their last time out, but they have 53 points. They sit 4 points ahead of the Dallas Stars, but 3 points behind the Winnipeg Jets. In the Pacific, the Golden Knights are 3-7 in their last 10 games. The Vancouver Canucks are 6-2-2 in their last 10 games and have taken over the top spot from the Vegas Golden Knights at 53 points. The Golden Knights have 51. The Kraken are on a 6-game winning streak. So they won one more since the last time I were here. They're 8-0-2. They have 41 points. The Edmonton Oilers right now are the hottest team in all of hockey. They've won 7 straight games. They are 7-3-0. They're also 41 points, and so they sit right ahead or tied with the Seattle Kraken. The wild card as it stands right now, the Winnipeg Jets, the Colorado Avalanche, the Dallas Stars, in that order, would win the Western Conference Central. In the Pacific, the Canucks, the Knights, the Kings. And then in the wild card, the Predators have 45 points. The Edmonton Oilers have 41 points. So do the Blues, so do the Kraken, and they're all kind of tied for that second wild card there in the Central. So a lot of things are starting hockey or midway through. A lot of winter sports sort of are starting, wrestling, basketball, things of that nature. One thing that has ended, is Tiger Woods and Nike's 27-year partnership. Tiger Woods announced Monday that his longtime partnership with Nike has ended after 27 years, closing one of the most iconic brand relationships in professional sports history. From the moment Woods turned pro in August of 1996, he was decked in the Nike swoosh from head to toe. The partnership included 15 major championship victories, 82 PGA Tours, and numerous comebacks from injuries and personal setbacks. More than over a quarter of a century, Woods' traditional Sunday attire of the red Nike shirt, black hat, and black pants became synonymous with men's professional golf. So, Woods didn't say what apparel brand he plans to sport in the future, but Nike, Woods is 48 years old, and him and Nike are parting ways. Something that might also part ways is Bill Belichick and the New England Patriots. The New England Patriots locked up a top 3 seed in the NFL draft. They finished only with 4 wins on the year. And Bill Belichick, 6-time Super Bowl champion, but all of those with Tom Brady, and the offensive production and wins and success on and off the field has plummeted since Tom Brady left for Tampa and then has since retired. He is, however, open to leaving personnel decisions to someone else. He struggles getting offensive personnel decision, but not defensive personnel decisions. He's still under contract, and he's still going to do everything of what I always do, which is every day I come in, work as hard as I can to help the team in any way I want. There were some rumblings, and there still are rumblings, that he will take the Los Angeles Chargers job that is open. However, the Chargers are very interested in one Jim Harbaugh, who is expected to leave the University of Michigan tonight. No official rumors, but everyone kind of knows it. Therefore, Sharon Moore would take over the University of Michigan, and there's a whole bunch of other stuff that goes along with that if you follow me and the podcast throughout the season. Lastly and finally, I want everyone to comment down below what you would like these 10-minute sports reports to be. College football is ending. NFL is ending. Basketball, hockey, midway through. February is right around the corner. Baseball is going to start then. So, I will always have things to cover. What do you want me to cover and how do you want me to cover it? Comment down below, like, subscribe, share with all your family and friends. What would entice you to share this with other people in your life? Just what would make it better for you and more pleasurable for you to listen to? So let me know. I am uploading streams of mine and Robert's Fantasy Madden League. I'm having a lot of fun doing that. Thank you for listening. I do get about 5-6 listens, so I know it's kind of the same people every single time. So what do you want from this? Let me know so I can kind of tailor it to you guys. Because honestly, I'm having more fun doing Madden than I am this, even though this takes no time at all. So if you want this to continue, that's fine in the same format. That's fine, but I need it to hear it from you. Maybe some self-validation. Maybe that's all I need. I don't know. So let me know. Until next time, remember God loves you. I pray God bless you. Wash those hands, you filthy animals. Go Blue tonight against the Huskies from Washington. Peace out.